Hi, my name is Michael. Today we're going to learn how to use Dreamweaver to build this simple and elegant responsive web page. A responsive web page is one that adapts for best display on different devices. For example, take a look at the website in a desktop browser. When I resize the window, the design responds and becomes optimized for smaller screen sizes, like phones or tablets. To begin this project, be sure to download the latest version of Dreamweaver. Then, in order to follow along, be sure to download the sample files from the top of this page and save the zip file to your computer. I'll save mine to my desktop. Next, unzip the file and examine the contents. Here we can see a file called gallery.html. This is a web page that we will link to later in the tutorial. We also have an images subfolder containing the images that we'll use in the page design. Next is a subfolder called Content, which includes a text file that you can use to copy and paste text content later in the tutorial. Finally, you'll see a subfolder called Completed. Inside you will find all the files that make up the completed project. Feel free to refer to these files if you need to verify your work at any point. Now let's go into Dreamweaver and create a site for our project. A site in Dreamweaver provides a centralized location for you to save and access the files that make your website work. If you see a welcome screen, you can close it now. Go to the Site menu and select New Site. Then, give your site a name in the Site Name field. I'll name mine DW Getting Started. The name can be anything you want, just make sure it makes sense to you. If you end up working on multiple websites, you'll want to be able to distinguish it from the others. Next, point to the folder you will be working from on your computer. In this case, I'll find the project folder I just downloaded to my desktop and click Choose. Now click Save. To set your workspace, go to the top right of the document window to see the list of workspaces. From here, select Beginner if it is not already set. The Beginner workspace displays the panels and features we'll use frequently throughout this tutorial. Now, open the Files panel and take a look at the files that make up your website so far. Here, you should see all of the project files you downloaded earlier. You may need to refresh the view by clicking the Refresh button in the panel. So the last thing we need to do is to create a home page for our website. To do so, go to the File menu and select New. We're building an HTML page, so make sure HTML is selected as the document type. Next, select the Bootstrap tab. Dreamweaver now has built-in integration with Bootstrap, which in very simple terms is a framework that includes a set of pre-built components that can save you a ton of time when creating a responsive website. Since this is a brand new website, we'll select to create a new bootstrap.css file. Dreamweaver will create this file based on some of the settings we select next. Since we're going to start with a blank page, make sure to uncheck the pre-built layout option. Next, expand the Customize settings. These settings define the default layout that will be created once the HTML file is saved. As a note, it's really helpful to design with a grid when making a website. Here is a comp of the web page I designed. As you can see, I used a 12-column grid which helps me organize and align components on the page. And now that I'm ready to actually build the website in Dreamweaver, I'll be following the same grid to help me lay out the web page. Luckily, 12 columns is the default, so I'll keep that. Gutter refers to the space between each column and should be left at the default settings too. The screen sizes here refer to the different widths for small, medium, and large screens. When we create the page, Dreamweaver makes it easy for us to switch between each of these screen sizes and customize the design for each one. The default settings are just fine for us. Now click Create. The first thing we should do is save our new page, so select File, Save. Make sure you are saving to the project folder that you downloaded earlier. Name the file index.html, and then click Save. Notice the Files panel shows more files and folders for the site now. It now includes the index.html file we just created, as well as some folders that Dreamweaver automatically created for us. We won't be editing any of these default files, and it's important to leave them intact to ensure our pages work correctly. Now that we have a blank page, join me in the next video as we start adding some content.